You know, an author once said, anyone who dreams of an uncommon life eventually discovers there is no choice but to seek an uncommon approach to live in it. Woo! Let's go. What is up, mi gente? This is Noan El Boricua, and I'm really excited. One, because many of you guys kind of give me some feedback to kind of change it up. So shout out to each and every one of you that's willing to give me a message or, you know, shoot me a text to be able to say, hey, change it up. What if you did it somewhere else from your opening? So, you know, we got to try some new things. Anyhow, this is Fuel Pasión Friday, where it's all around cultura, faith, y conexiones. And the cool thing is that I recently just had a birthday. If you guys don't know, my birthday was January 29th, and this should be the first Friday of the month, if I'm correct. And one of the things that was really coming to mind as I was thinking about this was, for many that kind of know me, know that I love to be able to engage and do something physical, right? Good for, you know, your mind, body, and soul. So I go for a run. Specifically on my birthday, I love to be able to kind of do whatever mile based on my birthday. So in this case, the run that I had was 4.5 miles. Now, you may ask, wow, that's a lot. It is. And my hope is that as I get older, God willing, that I stay healthy, that I'm constantly stretching and making sure I'm in shape, that I can be able to keep doing these miles. I'm looking forward to the day, again, si Dios me deja, see the age of 70 and to be able to run 7 miles. I almost said 70 miles. No, not at all, but at least 7 miles, even if it's walk, jog, or run, or a combination of all three, the opportunity to do that. Okay, enough of the running. As I was doing this, I was thinking about my decades of how long I've lived. I've lived 4.5 decades. And I gave a reflection last week, but I kind of want to deep dive a little bit more in understanding that for me, like the first mile is always the hardest mile. Can you guys relate? There's something about getting started on a run that is just, it's hard. It's getting out those starting blocks, as they say in track and field, to really get in a rhythm. And I found out that like there's a lot of curiosity and a lot of unknown in that first mile with your body, your mind, your soul. And that was kind of like, as I was running, I was reflecting like, man, I remember my first 10 years of my life, you know, it was full of curiosity, of like this expectation of hope and knowing that there was some hard things, you know. And then I think of like the next 10 years of my life, and those next 10 years is kind of like that second mile where you're like, okay, why am I doing this? And I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish, but I'm enjoying the song right now. You know what? I'm enjoying the scenery. And I think for me, as I was growing up in that second decade of my life, I was finding out who I was as a teenager, as a young adult. I was trying to find out like who my friends really were, but I was also understanding that like certain hobbies and sports were some really good scenic moments of my life that I really enjoyed. Learning to play the drums, learning to play baseball, to be able to participate in wrestling, run track and field. All these things were great, and just the friends and really the camaraderie of understanding of how we all work together. And also my journey with God, of getting to know him and say, yo, like, am I really all about this right now? And then that like third year, right, of kind of like in my 30s, I was like, yo, this is the beautiful struggle. And I found out that it was knowing that being married already for like 9 years, right, going into my 30s, like, you know, at 30, it was really cool because of the fact that like the love of my life was really just not that, just my best friend, my confidant, the one that was pushing me, but also my youngest son was just amazing to be able to, not my youngest, my oldest son, of him being in elementary school and finding his why. And then our youngest son being, you know, a baby and growing up, like it was just this like, yo, God, like we're gonna be okay. And then I look at, you know, my 4th decade that I'm in, and I'm halfway there. All I can say is I'm blessed. I've been given some amazing moments to see with our family. My wife and I have seen both of our boys graduate, you know, at least like one from junior high, soon to be high school, and then our oldest, junior high, high school, and college. And I think for me, that journey has been amazing. And a big shout out to my wife and a lot of my friends that have been there since the beginning and are still there. I'm just grateful for you guys. So I just want to say, like, that was something that was really going through my mind. Like, I was so excited because in my career, in content creating, in being a leader within the community, in the church, and being a leader within the workplace, and being the head of house and really partner to my wife of like leading our family, it's been so cool and so exciting. A lot of laughs, a lot of joys, a lot of ups and downs. But here's the beauty. If you know your target, if you know what you're trying to do, you will get there. I opened up with this quote, and I actually, I got it from the book, the one thing that I spoke about last week. And I'm gonna leave you this question, and I'm gonna try to do this quick because I don't want to go over like 8-9 minutes. What's the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Now, the authors talk about the focusing question of like, what's that one thing that could be simple, that can give you that empowerment to be able to go forward? And to me, I think it is understanding the word of the day. Here's the word of the day of the week for you guys in Spanish, is el retrato. Did I say that right? El retrato. I think I said it right. The picture. What's my one thing? And I want to try to, this is why I want to do a dark background. So this is like, what's my one thing? Is the circle, and then the dot of the middle is what is my small focus? What's my one thing right now? And I think when we understand where the bullseye is, the target, it allows us to really understand that we need to focus on the big retrato and really understand that this is like that small compass that we get the opportunity to go do and focus and 100% go after that goal. And I think what I love about it is that it forces us to understand what's that focused action. What's the one thing I need to do in order to understand my calling? And I think for many of us, I hope is that we continually seek that out. Now, how do you do that? Here's the thing. We can be the people that are like, the saying goes, the would've, could've, should've. It shouldn't be that. I'm going to give it to you guys like this. It should be the action is can do. Can do beats the intention every single time. Because if you approach it with an actionable approach in life of going after that small focus, it then allows you then really create and hone in on the bigger picture. It's a process. El retrato muchas veces se ve diferente. And we see many more on social media, just like you're watching here. We watch it on social media, videos, photos, and we think like, oh, that's my thing. But we don't know until we really focus on it. We don't really know until we really try. See, the question or the big question is good because it allows you to find the great answer. So I hate to tell you guys, but we got to put in work. You need to put in the work in order to be able to understand how you can get there. And I think when you constantly ask yourself, what's my one thing? Every time you wake up or every time you're reminded of someone that inspires you and you reflect, or you're in the middle of your workout, or maybe you're like me, you get these great ideas when you're in the shower. Anybody else have really great ideas in the shower? I know I do. The beauty of it is I want us to use it to be able to develop this vision for our lives and this direction for our career opportunities. Let it be your strategic compass. Focus on the one thing. Work hard. Envision it. Constantly remind yourself how you're going to go forward in it. And I guarantee you, you will succeed consistently in life. Don't give up. Hone in. Work hard. And remember, you will answer and focus on that one thing. Let's be a doer. Not a would've, could've, should've, but let's be a doer and let's pay it forward. All right, guys. That's what I got for you guys. This is Noan el Boricua. As always, please check out fuelpasionpodcast.com. And como dice mi abuelita, que Dios te bendiga.